Hi students, how are you all? I hope all you are fine and safe at home. Shubho Vijaya to all and welcome back to my environmental science class. Myself Shomiron sir, and again after a long time we are back. So today we will read chapter number 19, Abdul in the Garden, part 2, and we will explain the chapter as well as also in this video we will give you some NCERT book questions, and at the last of this video you will get some answered question which we have to think and you have to write it down by yourself in your copy. So let's start the chapter. So you can see you have already learned the first part of the chapter up to page number 161 before unusual roots. So now we will start from the topic unusual roots. Already several types of roots you have already learned in the first part of this chapter. Now some unusual roots we will see. So all of us, most of us have already seen the banyan tree. Okay, and have you swung from a banyan tree? Did you hold to swung? What look like the hanging branches are actually the roots of the tree. So here is a picture of the banyan tree already given. You can see some of the branches are hanging. It looks like the branches, but they are all the roots. This grows down from the branches until reach the ground. The roots are like the pillars. They provide strong support to the tree. The banyan tree also has root under the ground just as other tree have. So this is a banyan tree. See the students or the children are swinging on this, the roots which are hanging. They are actually the roots. They ultimately come and touch the ground and they are making the tree roots more stronger. So this is a unusual type of root. Whatever the usual type of root you have already learned in the first part, these banyan tree roots are unusual types. These roots are like the pillars and they provide strong support to the tree, and they are also supporting the tree. And if you see a mature or old banyan tree, you cannot find that which one is its own original trunk and which one are the roots. Okay, so this part I hope you have understood. In this box you can see it is written there is some law which the government has proposed now, or the government has just given not to cut the trees. Okay, the government ensures that all are cutting the trees. So to stop cutting the trees, the government have made some laws. So you can see on there are some trees growing to the lamp post. These trees are so full of leaves that the light of the bulb was blocked. People felled from the branches of the tree needed to be trimmed. Before they do this, they need to take the written permission from the government office. Some of the electric light posts you can see while you are moving through the road or crossing the road or beside the road or along the road, you can see several light posts. And after the rainy season, all the light posts, it has been covered with full of leafy branches or some creepers, climbers. So we are trying to cut the tree branches of those trees which fall on the light post, because the bulb light is blocked by the shadow of those trees. But if you have to cut it now, you have to take the permission from the government office. Otherwise, you can be punished. So in your house also, if you want to cut any tree, before that you have to take the permission of the government. So have you seen any trees which has roots growing like branches? So you have seen any tree? If you have not seen, when you will pass or when you will travel through train or bus, maybe you can, at the roadside you can see a banyan tree also, or some unusual root types of tree. So observe those things and develop your observatory power. So let's do this. What can we do? Get together with 3 or 4 of your friend. From the list of a thing given, decide who will bring what thing. You just prepare a group and you do some list of some things, and you will just distribute those things. Suppose you will bring this one, another friend will bring this one. What are the things required? A transparent glass tumbler or a bottle with a wide mouth, rubber band or thread, and need some moog, wheat, bajra, mustard, chana, rajma, wad, or some cotton wools. Okay, some different kinds of seeds are required, as well as a big tumbler is required. Some transparent wide mouth bottle is required, and some cotton or the wool is required. So you can do one experiment. What experiment you can do? Each group will work with only one kind of seed. Suppose five groups you have made, 5 seeds you have distributed among all. Okay, rajma seeds, chana seed, mustard seed, oat seed, whatever seeds you want to distribute. Now all will take any bowl or any tumbler or any wide mouth bottle. Okay, each of the soak few of the seeds overnight. So what all the types of the seeds you have to, which group will do what types of seed, they will soak the seeds for 5 to 6 overnight. Okay, in a bowl full of water. Take the wad, cotton wool, and wet it. As well as you have to take the cotton wool or the wad, okay, and you have to wet it. Put it on the mouth of the tumbler and tie it tight to the mouth with the rubber band and thread. Remove soaked seeds from the water and place them on the cotton wool. You will have to take care that the cotton wool does not dry. Observe the changes that takes place from the next 10 to 12 days. Did you observe the seedling come out of the seed? Draw a picture of the seedlings as look in the 4th and the 8th day. So what you have to do, then the soak seeds, you have to soak it for overnight, 5 or 6 overnight. Then take the wad of cotton or wool and wet it. A piece of wad or cotton, you have to wet it and put it in the mouth of the tumbler. In the tumbler, just put it on the mouth and tie it out with the rubber band or thread what you are using. You have to tie it out tight. Then you have to take care of the cotton wool. Okay, you have to plant the seeds on the cotton or the wool which are wet enough, and you have to observe that that cotton doesn't dry up. Okay, it always remains wet. So the seed will start to germinate on this cotton. Okay, as the cotton is wet, it will give the water. Now you have to observe. What you have to observe? How the seeds are germinating or changing, or how it is growing for the next 10 to 12 days. And whatever observation you have done, you have to write it by your own. And some questionnaires are given. I will discuss the answer of this below question. Okay, you can write it by your own also. Okay, whatever my answer I am giving, it is not so rigid. You have to write it by your own. You can write it by your own. There is no foundation that you have to write my answer. Okay, so let us discuss those following question answer on the next slide. Okay, you can see here some of the questions are there. I am not reading the question from this part because already this question is given with the answer also, where I will discuss. Okay, so up to these questions, okay, 11 questions are there. This I will discuss in this slide. What is the difference do you observe in the seed after soaking compared with dry seeds and dried? The seed which we have got after soaking the water, the sprout is coming out after 2 days, while the dry seed did not solid or the spout. The wet seed, which seeds are wet, their spouts, small spouts are coming out from it, and the dry seed doesn't. What do you think? What happened if the cotton wool has been dry left? if the seed keep in the cotton wool do not sprout. Next, how big did the plants grow on the cotton wool? Maybe up to 3 centimeter, 4 centimeter. What small plants come out from all the seed? Yes, small plants are coming out? Yes, coming out. What is the color of the root? It is off-white. Okay. What did you see? Any hair of the roots? The small sprouts are looking like the hair. So after 8 days, you can see small hairs grow on the root. Try to pull out one little plant from the cotton wool. Were you able to pull it out? Why? It is really difficult to pull it out because as the roots started to grow on it, the roots are gripping on the cotton. So if it is difficult for us, really difficult to us to pull out the cotton. Did you see how the root grip the cotton wool? Yes, we can see. Do you think that the roots hold the soil in the same way? Yes, I think the root can hold the soil in the same way as it is gripping on the cotton. The same way the root can grip. Also look at the plants after your friends. Okay, roots of the plants grown by your friend, my friend, also made a grip. So what you have done, maybe the same experiment they have done, you can see on their seeds also roots came out and the roots started to grip on the cotton. Okay, now the next part of the chapter, do you know? Here is one interesting fact. Have you heard about the tree desert oak? Desert oak is a tree found in Australia. It is grown almost as tall as your classroom wall. It has very small leaves. Guess how deep its root go down. Imagine the length. About 30 such trees lays down in the line end to end, one after another. That is how long roots of this tree can be. These roots go deep in the ground till they reach water. This water is stored in the tree trunk. Local people knew this, and when there is no water in the desert, local people used to put a thin pipe into the trunk of the tree to drink this water. So it is very interesting. In the desert region, we know that there is a very little amount of water present. Some of the areas are quite dry, no water is available. So how can the plants grow over there? So if the plant, the desert oak, maybe its height is up to the height of your classroom. Okay, but its roots are going deep inside the ground. Maybe like your 30 floor classroom. Okay, means 30 times bigger than the trees, the roots are. And the deep interior inside the soil, it is growing up to the level of the groundwater. Like our tube well, when you are boring under the soil, it is growing up to the groundwater. These roots are also growing up to the groundwater. And in the dry season of the desert are comparatively dry. So from the ground, deep inside the ground, the roots are taking the water. Okay, and it is storing the water in its trunk. Okay, to survive itself. As well as the local people also knew this fact. When they find there is a lack of water in the desert, what they are doing, they are putting a small pipe into the trunk and taking out the water. So doesn't it is a very interesting thing. The trees are also helping us like this way. It is also providing the water, like this desert oak tree. So if you have visited the desert, it is not found in India, it is mainly found in Australia. But these types of long root trees are also present in our country in the desert region. Maybe the height of the trees are small, but their roots are going deep inside the ground to take out the water. So it is also a type of root. Okay, banyan tree is one type of root you have seen, the aerial root system. It is looking like the branch, but ultimately it is reaching the ground and it is standing like the pillars and making the tree strong. Now, like the roots, what are the other things we can observe that can grow? What grows? Arif and Rupali did about the activity. They saw the seedlings grow. When asked what are the things that grow, they had different ideas about things that grow. Okay, so Arif and Rufali, they have done this activity. They can see the seeds can grow, the roots can grow, the tree can grow. But apart from this, when it is asked to them what are the other things can grow, they told the name of several things. Arif made a list of leaves, mahuma, bird, puppy, nail, fish, all those things are growing. Your hair is growing, nail is growing, you are even still growing on. Okay, so like that it is asked to make a list. So Arif made a list as well as Rupali made also had a list. Okay, moon, tree, eye, hair, watermelon, mosquito, crow, many of all the living beings what we can see around us, even ourselves, our body, our height, it is also still growing. So these are the list they have made which can grow. You can also list up your own thing what you are observing in your surrounding areas, in your locality. Okay, so what are the things you can also make one list. Okay, do you think that which are the things listed by Arif and Rupali grow? So do you think that what are the things they have listed by Arif and Rupali that they grow? So I hope yes, whatever the list they have done or made, all the things which they have listed they can grow. So this page some questions and the answer also I have prepared. I am showing you the answer. Okay, and you can also write your own answer. There is no foundation that you have to write this answer. This is a sample answer which I have given you. It will help you to write it down. So do you think, the first question, which are the things listed by Arif and the Rupali grow? All these things in the list of Arif and the Rupali grow. Why do you make your own list of the things? Why won't you make your own list of things that grow? You can include the names of the things that are in Arif and Rupali's list. Whatever the names are there in Arif and Rupali's list, you can also make one list like that as your own wish. Think about yourself. In what ways have you changed over a period of time? You have grown in any way? Yes, I am growing. I am also growing. You are the younger ones. Your height is growing. You are growing day by day. Okay, every class your height is growing. Your nail is growing. That's okay. As you are living being, some of the internal organs they are also growing, but we cannot see it. Okay, but still they are growing. Now, has your height increased? Obviously, our height are increasing, and how much taller you are have grown in the last 2 years, maybe 2 inches, 5 inches, 4 inches, whatever height you have increased, you can write your own answer. Imagine that you had never cut your nails. Draw a picture of your finger in the notebook to show how they would look like. So it will look very odd. Okay, suppose you are not cutting the nails for a month or 2 months or a year, it will look very bad. So one picture I have given, from there you can get one idea. Okay, so it is also an interesting fact. Okay, if you do not shape your hair properly, cut your hair properly, it will continuously start to grow. Okay, what other parts of your body keep growing? Some people cut it regularly. So some of the things, hair and nails, these are the two things which are growing, okay, throughout our life, and we have to cut it and shape it properly. Maybe our height after a certain age, it will not increase. Our body structure will not increase after a certain age. But these two things, hair and nail in our body, they will continuously increase. So you have to cut in proper shape and keep it properly. So these are the sample answer which I have given to this question. You can write your own answer also and try to write it by your own. Okay, so this is all about the chapter we have discussed about the unusual roots. So let us revise once again. We have read about the banyan tree and its unusual roots like the aerial root system. The desert oak tree we have already learned as which have a long root system, and we have also discussed about the activity taking out several different types of seed and which can be soaked in water, and in artificial way we can germinate it on the cotton work. Okay, so these are the things already we have learned in this part of the video. So after watching the video, I have prepared some questions for you. This question you have to answer it by yourself. What are the questions? Why do banyan trees have aerial root? I hope you can. Desert oak is famous in which country? Can you name it? What are the special features does the desert oak have? Does all plants require water? And the last question is, with the help of a diagram, show how the plants grow from the seeds. So these are your tasks to do. Okay, you will write it down in your copy. So I hope you have understand, and now the pandemic situation is going on. So all of you should keep yourself safe, maintain the COVID rules, proper mask you should use hand sanitizer as well as unnecessary without any reason. If you have any necessity, you can go out, otherwise you should stay at home and stay safe. So thank you all and have a nice day ahead.